Good evening. Happy Sunday. If we haven't met before, my name is Kay, and I like to set aside some time on Sunday evenings to create space to gather, to do some spiritual work, and to cultivate a greater connection within, to our inner selves, to our best selves, and to our inner joy. So it's a pleasure to be here with you. Tonight I thought we would do some work around the theme of bravery and courage. So if you're familiar with me and we've met before, you know that the idea of living a courageous life means a great deal to me. That when we start to let go of the demarcators of success, in a worldly sense, letting go of achievement, accolades, award, money, we have to choose a new value system. And for me, that has always, the thing I've always come back to again and again is, with how much bravery am I living? Hey buddy, how much courage do I daily practice? And if I'm living with bravery, if I'm living with courage, then I feel like I'm succeeding pretty well at life. So I'd like to do some meditative work tonight around that concept. So welcome, it's a pleasure to be here with you. Lean back, sit up, lay down, whatever makes you feel good, and enjoy. So start by just tuning into yourself. How are you feeling? What's going on for you right now? Can you notice your shoulders, your forehead, your jaw, your belly? How and where are you holding tension? How and where are you finding a sense of release? Do you notice the rhythms that are already existing within your body? The flow of your breath, the pulsing of your blood, the gentle movements of your digestive system. Are you aware of what's going on inside of you? Are you aware of the subtle rhythms in the space around you? Perhaps do you hear the ticking of a clock, or the blowing of a fan, the creaking of the wind? Are you present to your surroundings and the experience of your world? External world, internal world. And can you slow down? Can you slow down your breath? Can you slow down your thoughts? Can you remind yourself that everything else will wait? This is your time for you. Om. Just be here. And even if you're sitting upright, can you still allow yourself to soften, to relax, to release? So we're going to begin our meditation on bravery with a little bit of mantra. I love mantras. They really are magic. They're magic sounds that vibrate us from the inside out. And when we repeat a mantra, we aren't just repeating syllables, but we're bringing a living energy to the forefront within ourselves. An energy that already exists, but that we are highlighting, that we are resonating with, that we shake our bones with. And so today I want us to work with mantra Om Namah Shivaya. I bow with respect to Shiva. I bow with respect to all life. Shiva could mean many things. It can mean all consciousness. It could mean the universe. It could mean the specific deity, Shiva, and his many iterations. It can mean your inner self. I bow with respect to my inner self, to Shiva, to the universe, whatever makes sense for you. So we're going to do a full mala, a full set of meditation beads. You're welcome to chant along with me. You're welcome to just sit silently and absorb the vibration as best as you're able. These meditation beads have 108 plus 1. So we'll do a few rounds. You'll hear it a few times as we go through the mala. So relax. Pay attention to how you feel as the mantra repeats. And if you're joining me in chanting, let the sound emanate from as deep within you as possible. Down in your guts, down in your pelvis. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Om Shivaya. Om Namah 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 Shivaya. Shivaya. Om Namah 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 Shivaya. Om Just be with yourself. Where are you? How are you? How has that mantra affected you? Has there been a shift since you started this meditation about 20 minutes ago? Do you feel in yourself? Do you feel yourself resting inside? So I want to talk a little bit about the idea of bravery. What comes to mind when you hear the idea of being brave? I don't know about you, maybe if you have an experience, you want to type it into the chat, feel free. But when I think of the term bravery, I think of somebody with a sword, or something militaristic, a soldier of some kind. Now, I don't know about you, and I don't know how you spend your Friday nights, but my weekends usually don't involve any sort of weaponry. I'm not usually presented with an opportunity to rescue someone who's being held hostage, either by a dragon or a enemy combatant. I'm not usually asked to run into burning buildings. Sure, Neil. So these notions that initially come to mind for me of bravery, heroics, isn't very applicable to the way I live my life. Maybe you are a Marine or a police officer or somebody who enters fraught situations, so maybe that is applicable to your life. But not for me. And I think not for a lot of people. And so I think it's important that we start to redefine bravery in the everyday existence that we have. I experience bravery most profoundly when I am aware of what is going on within me, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. I acknowledge whatever that is. I don't try to shove it down or make it nice or make it something different. I just acknowledge it. And then I have the integrity to respond appropriately by maybe having a conversation with somebody about those feelings, or standing up for something that feels right or necessary. That, for me, bravery isn't often expressed in big, flashy moments of heroics. For me, bravery is quiet. Bravery is standing up for myself when I could just shrink back. Bravery is standing up for what feels important, even if I'm the only one who thinks so. Bravery might be having a difficult conversation with my partner where I acknowledge uncomfortable or not easy to digest feelings, but know that it's important to give them voice. Bravery sometimes feels like gently challenging someone at the dog park who has a very bold and uncompassionate view of a certain swath of humanity, and to say, why don't we talk about this? Bravery sometimes is just acknowledging it to myself. To acknowledge a feeling that I've long wanted to hide from. Bravery is doing what needs to be done, despite the risk of failure, despite the risk of censure, despite seeming foolish or naive or sometimes arrogant. But I know for myself that when I practice this kind of quiet bravery, I experience a sense of well-being, a sense of I'm doing it, a sense of I'm living in the way I'm meant to be living. I'm being a full person. I think a lot of people settle for circumstances or self-talk or communal opinions that don't do them justice, that don't do their souls justice. And little by little, our self-worth gets eaten away. So I want you to do this with me. Just got stabbed by something on the floor. Do this with me. Close your eyes. Get comfortable. Notice where you exist. Notice the space you take up. And notice in that space if there's any place where you feel yourself pulling back. A space that is quote-unquote technically you, but it's almost as if your life force has vacated that area. It's pulled inwards away from it. And what is filling that space instead? Maybe you feel an emotion or a fear or a block of some kind. Maybe it's related to something you're cognizant of, like, oh, so-and-so keeps doing this thing to me and it doesn't feel very good. Or I'm really scared about what will happen if X, Y, Z. And start by first just congratulating yourself on acknowledging that it's there, that you're admitting that there is an area that can use some attention, because there's a lot of people who won't pay attention to those sort of things. They stay blind to them. So that's a wonderful first step, just acknowledging, hey, there's an area for growth, an area for change. And then breathe into that space. Breathe into that hollowness. And notice what longs to be there. Can you feel like, gosh, I really should say something. I really should do something. And what would it be to stand up for your needs? Even if someone laughs at you. Even if somebody calls you foolish. Even if it causes discomfort for individuals around you. it feel for me to practice bravery? By having integrity with myself and integrity with my words, meaning what I say and saying what I mean, which aren't always the same thing. What would it be to stand up for what feels right for me, respectfully, hopefully with kindness and compassion, but to stand firm in that, to not equivocate or back up, but to say, hey, this is a need. This needs to happen. And I'm not saying this with the intent of making you uncomfortable, or to chastise you, or to berate the situation, but to say, this is my understanding of truth. I'm going to stand up for what feels right and necessary. What if you start practicing this in the simple ways? Where if it starts with just even holding yourself accountable, that might be a little thing, but you said, it's Tuesday, I'm supposed to take out the trash. I know I should, I told myself I was going to, but oh well, I'll get it next week. No, it's something that needs to be done. I'm going to hold myself accountable. I'm going to speak my truth and say, hey, you're going to do this thing. And now do it. It's a small act of bravery to stand up to ourselves, but sometimes that's the hardest one. Maybe it's the next time you go out to dinner with a friend and over sushi or over egg rolls, they say to you something unkind, something that cuts you. And normally you would laugh or deflect, but instead you stop them and say, hey, that didn't feel very good. Do you mind choosing kinder words? What if it means the next time you see someone you care about being taken advantage of, or not given their due respect, or being hurt, and if appropriate to step in and say, hey, that's not okay. They don't deserve this. What self-worth would you gain from practicing these small acts of bravery? And I fully acknowledge that I stole this paradigm from Brene Brown, bless her heart. But this idea that if we are moving away from materialistic senses of self-worth, that money and awards and fancy cars don't tell us that we are succeeding in life, then what does? The courage we practice, the bravery with which we live, can be a wonderful indicator of a life well lived. We don't need to run off to the Amazon and save an endangered animal, though you could. We don't need to run into a burning building. It starts with small acts. And as you teach yourself that you are brave, and as you practice courage, which is a skill, just like any other skill. You want to be good at pottery? Practice. You want to be good at dancing? Practice. You want to be good at bravery? Practice. And hold yourself accountable. And as we do this, our feeling of success in life will grow. And it will grow in a more profound way than owning a Lamborghini or winning the lottery. because all those things are transient. They will come, they will go. But your character, your behavior, your actions, your integrity, your self-worth, that's something that can stay with you your entire life and get better with every successive year, totally independent of the world around you. So take a deep breath and remind yourself of a moment where you thought, yeah, I was brave. I did a really good thing right there. Maybe you stood up for someone weaker. Maybe you stood up for yourself. Maybe you were dealing with a customer service agent for an airline. Who knows? When was a moment that you felt brave? When was a time you said that necessary but uncomfortable thing to someone you cared for? And how did you feel afterwards? A time when you saw something quote unquote wrong being committed and you said, nuh-uh. Maybe a time everyone around you and your social circle was doing something that was not right for you and you abstained to honor yourself. Remind yourself of these moments of bravery. Pull them close to your heart. For bravery builds on bravery. The more you practice the skill and the more you're aware that you've been practicing it already, the easier it comes. Breathe into your belly. Breathe into all parts of you. And say with me, I am brave. I am brave. And say it until you mean it. I am brave. Yes, you are. Notice yourself breathe. Allow yourself to just be here and realize that you are so sufficient. You have everything you need to succeed within you. You already have everything you need to be brave. You need to wait on nothing else. It's already there within. So let us sit in silence for a few minutes and absorb. There's no right way to breathe. There's no right way to be you. Just settle in. to say this because none of us hear this enough. I am proud of you. I am proud of you. I might know you, I might not. But the sheer fact that you've sat here for 42 minutes and some seconds and have sat with this desire to cultivate a better you. I am proud of you. I am proud of the work you're doing. I am proud of the person you have already been and are becoming. I'm proud of you for being willing to ask questions that many on this planet are unwilling to ask. As I teach this live meditation now, I see there's 14 people logged in to watch. Where meanwhile I could probably pull up a video of farting cats and there'd be thousands of viewers. So many people aren't willing to put in the work. Yet. Maybe someday. So the fact that you show up, that you strive, even if it's just for 40-some minutes today, try to be a stronger, better, more loving, more compassionate, more fully realized person. I am proud of you. It is in this striving that we should seek rewards, not in the results. It is in the effort I placed to grow, not how much I've actually grown. It's in the creation of the art and not the art itself that we derive worth, for we have no control over the outcomes. All we can control is our own striving. What comes, comes. All we can do is open the door. And so I am proud of you. Thank you for taking time out of your very busy life. I always say time is the one commodity that we cannot go out and buy more of. You can get more money, you can get more wood from the trees, you can get more gold from the earth, but you cannot get more time. And so the fact that you wanted to share part of your, whether it's Sunday evening or a Tuesday afternoon you're watching this with me, I hope this had value for you. I wish you well, I wish you success on your journey. And know that if ever you need anything, I'm always here. Feel free to reach out via social media or email or through my website. I'm always happy to connect and walk beside you across any terrain you wish to explore. I'm Kay, and it is an honor and privilege to serve you this evening. Thank you so much. Be well.